In regard to the letter and the walkout at the last meeting, I have prepared a statement. Definition of abuse of power. Abuse of power or the abuse of authority in the form of malfeasance in office or official abuse of power is the commission of an unlawful act done in an official capacity which affects the performance of official duties. Signs of abuse of power include threats, intimidation, using gestures, looks, or actions to make someone afraid, isolation, controlling who someone sees, what they read, where they go, and what they do, not allowing a council member their due right to a video conference as per law, denial. Abuse of power is the misuse of position of authority to gain an unfair advantage over others. It can occur in many contexts, including personal relationships, the workplace, and government. Setting meetings intentionally to manipulate who is there, asking or threatening employees to break the law or turn a blind eye to the law, using authority of power to manipulate the situation to align with someone's own agenda items, so much so that the employees feel threatened and quit. Definition of the word comparison, per the Oxford Language Dictionary. Comparison, a consideration or estimate of the similarities or dissimilarities between two things or people. Example, they drew a comparison between Gandhi's teaching and that of other teachers. When you look up abuse of power online, the first thing that comes up is this statement. Yes, Adolf Hitler demonstratively abused his power by establishing a totalitarian dictatorship in Germany, utilizing violence and intimidation against political opponents and orchestrating the Holocaust, which involved the systematic genocide of millions of Jews and other groups deemed inferior by Nazi ideology. This clearly constitutes an abuse of power on a massive scale. That is not my statement, that is history. This is history. It is not my opinion. It is a simple comparison, see the above definition, as per the Oxford Dictionary, in which they made an example of comparison related to Gandhi. In conclusion, I suppose the entire internet should be called rude. History stricken from our history books, as it is in Germany, and nothing ever made to mention something that actually happened. It all depends on who is hearing the information. If I were alive when Hitler reigned, I would have stood up then as well. I would have been executed, but I can tell my child that to stand up to bullies if I myself cannot do so. How can I tell my child that? What kind of example is that? No incorrect statements were made. Nothing said that is not validated in history books, and no one was called a name. Acting like is not calling someone a name. Before you hurl comments, learn to read and comprehend the English language. I have Jewish heritage. I have Jewish friends. They found my comments to be sympathetic and commended me for standing up for them. They were not at all offended at all. It happened. It is shameful, but not on my part, on Hitler's part and what his team of authority-abusing people did. Perhaps more people should have stood up to him as well. And that concludes my statement.